Hey, welcome back, Carter. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting, head-scratching episode of Insane Disappearances. Sorry about the wait, guys. Man, a lot of crazy things going on. Problems. I had to get that fixed. I was getting my daughter out of high school, so there was a lot of things going on. That I had trying to financially get some things straight. So I had to come back fully loaded with some very, very crazy stories and updates. This is mainly an update of pretty much everything I've talked about since 2017. Some crazy stuff. Now, in the news, and I'm pretty sure you guys have already heard since I was so late with it, couldn't help myself. First things first, little Dior Koontz, my friends. There is a new sheriff in town, and there's a new investigator in town. His name is David Marshburn. He's in charge of the case dealing with the disappearance of Dior Koontz. Now, let's take a little back to the future ride to that date. July 10th of 2015, little Dior Koontz was reported missing by the great-grandfather who has since died. But it is his statement that really jumped at my heart that got me going about this case. I turned my head for just a second, and when I looked back, he was gone. He vanished. Okay. Let's try to figure out what can happen to a child within a matter of seconds when you turn your head and then look back. The laws of physics says nothing can happen that quick, but yet it did. And the only way to get around the idea that nothing can happen within that second is to come up with something, well, not come up with something, but realize that something would have to be able to make him just literally vanish. Wormholes can do that. Portals can do that. It is of an energy that cannot be seen in the physical plane. Okay? And on a three-dimensional plane. These things happen on these, like, other levels of the earth. So they cross this one. And strange things happen. People vanish. Just saying. The man said the boy vanished. Not he heard a bear come up behind him and grab his great-grandson and he pulls him off into the woods, for his next meal. Nobody said that. Yet they made that part of the case, saying that a bear dragged him away into a cave. First of all, I think the bears were hibernating at that time. We're talking about September is when they started to talk about this stuff, And at the time, there were no bears in that area, I don't think. So, yeah, that's what the thing was. There were no bears in that area, even in the caves. So there was no reason for you to come up with that idea. Okay, but I mean, there might be some bears in the area, but not in the area where they were at. Excuse me. So, like I said, we're talking about a total amount within the 4 years of this case. 3 people and 1 organization has been involved in trying to find this little boy. Starting with Philip Klein. This man wanted to slander the parents of this little boy, all because their way of thinking couldn't go outside of the realm of their own logic. They went beyond that. Okay, the first thing to say, it was the parents. They had something to do with it. Everybody other than him, like Lynn or Glenn Bowerman, who was the sheriff at that time, who has since been retired, and replaced by Steve Penner. The heck? Oh, okay. All these people was saying that, okay, this should be a homicide case, or the parents, they definitely had something to do with it. They tried everything they could to try and make these parents be the ones that killed that boy. Now, knowing that the remains have been found by the cadaver dogs, that was with what's his name, David Marshburn. At this point, they were with him at the time, and they alerted the fact that they found something. Now, cadaver dogs are trained to pick up a human cadaver scent. Okay, and it could be anywhere between the body of a human or the bones of a human. The cadaver dogs, have found something. They alerted the fact that they found something. They just don't know what. They know it's bones or the remains of a human. What could it be? Indian that was buried in the area, because they can sniff the ground up to about. They can find the scent up to about 6 feet underground. So if it was buried 6 feet underground, they're gonna find it regardless. Now here's the crazy part. How is it that they never find the body or the bones of these people when they're looking for them, but they find the bones after the fact? That's my question. This is where insane disappearances comes in, with some insane questions. How is it that these cadaver dogs can't find the person once they literally vanish or disappear, when they actually do disappear? They don't find the body or the bones until after the fact, maybe 4 or 5 years later. Why, my people? Why? How is that possible? How come you can't find them then? Don't know. So, yeah. Just the thing about that. They found the remains of little Dio Coons. They think. They don't know. But if there's human remains out there, they know that the dogs found it. And the guy trusts the cadaver dogs. That's what they're trained to do. So he knows that they found something. They just don't know what they found. It could be anywhere between the bones of an Indian, the bones of a person of this time. Who knows? It could be anything. So I guess that Timber Creek was a place where Indians used to settle, maybe, in the distant past. But anyway, I got a couple more stories. This one is going to be an update about someone that I previously talked about in the past. And this one is of a man who was actually taking a ride somewhere. And then all of a sudden, he just up and disappeared. So, we're talking about journalist for a motorcycle magazine, David Gordon Johnson. Now, they actually found his body in the Mokolumne, or Mokolumne, however they pronounce it. But the Mokolumne River. They said they believed that to be of the missing person. So once they get the information, from the coroner's office and all that stuff, and the autopsy report, then they'll know exactly if this was of this man or not. Now, keep in mind, when they found the motorcycle, it was nowhere near a body of water, yet he was gone. That's the strange part. How is it that your bike is found in one place, but you're found in the Mokolumne River? Why would you walk away from your bike to go over there when you could just stay here? How did he get over there? These are all the strange things that happen to these people. You find the bike or the car here, but you're way over there in the body of water. How would you, why would you go from here to there just to fall in the water? That you had some secret thing going on that you didn't ever tell anyone in your family, and you knew that if you didn't kill yourself, you were going to die anyway, painfully. I don't know. It could be anything. But how? The car's here. Water's there. You're in the water. And you should be over here with your car. What were you doing from here to here? Because he went to all these different places. Stopped, got back on his bike, and kept on riding. He gets to this one place. Boom. Okay, there's the bike. But he's over there in the river. Makes no sense. So, little stuff like that, they don't never really talk about. Because they just say, okay, we found him in the Mokelumne River. You found his bike way over there, though. Why was he way over here? That should be the main question that people are asking. Why was he in the body of water when his bike was way over there? Okay? They didn't find it near a body of water. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, he ended up in a body of water. So, yeah, there's that. They trying to make sure that it is the body of this man. And I'm pretty sure the wife is, or the girlfriend is pretty upset, even at the fact that they had found something. Happy that they did, but the fact that it is of bad news is, I'm pretty sure, is disconcerting to the girlfriend at this time, and I feel for her, But my question still stands: how did he go from parking his bike in one spot, but they found him in a river somewhere else? I mean, was he doing that Jim Carrey scene thing from Batman Forever, where all of a sudden you see a guy running, he's running towards the window, he's all crying, I can't do it no more, and he just leaps, jumps out the window. So I'm not saying that's what he did, but it just doesn't make any sense how you can park your bike here, but you way over there where the water is. I want to stay with my bike. I don't know if somebody might steal it or not. I mean, this is a brand new bike he was testing for the magazine, trying to see how it rides. And obviously it rode pretty good if he got that far. It's good on gas. Tires are good, so you ain't got to worry about anything bursting along the way. You get stranded out there with no way of getting a motorcycle wheel back on the bike. So hey, I was a nice riding bike. I occasionally love the sound of the motors when it's running. You're just motoring down the road. Off in the distance. During the summer. When you're hearing all the noises of the summer, like the cicadas and the warm breeze is blowing through the wind, blowing in the house and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm getting off track here. But yeah, so that's my main question about that. I'm trying to figure that part out. So, sorry about that. I kind of drifted off for a second. It's a nice sunny day and it's peaceful. So I kind of felt something anyway. But a lot of things are still happening. So we got him. They're in the process of looking for him. Because he was originally reported missing, in Sacramento, California, from the Sacramento, California Sheriff's Office, on Wednesday, June 5th of 2019. So, the fact that they even getting close to knowing that this is the body of this man, it's just like, wow, So, June ain't even over yet, So, it's crazy. But anyway, got another one too. This one is about a hiker. It's actually more than one though. This one is about a hiker who went missing. His name is Noah. Noah Mina, but it has his full name. It's a nice, strong Hawaiian name. So, his middle name is Kekai. Noah Kekai Mina. You see, when he went missing, they were saying that there's no happy ending to it. So, obviously, they found his remains or his body. Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. The screen is acting all wonky right now. It's crazy. Let's try to blow it up here. There we go. Alright. Now, this is right here. Go to the top. It says right here, no happy ending. Missing Hawaiian hiker Noah Kekai Mina found dead. It says here that less than a week after the sensational discovery and rescue of a hiker lost in a Hawaiian forest for 17 days, and I'm going to get to her in a minute. The search for another Hawaiian hiker has ended in tragedy. A search helicopter on Wednesday discovered the body of Noah Kekai Mina, 35, at the bottom of a 300-foot fall line near the summit of Mauna I gotta make sure I say this right. Kahalavai. Yeah, Kahalavai. Okay, Mauna Kavalai. Okay. Yeah, hold on. I gotta make sure I get this right here because I don't like messing up the Hawaiian names. Okay, Mauna, I got that right. That is Kahalavai. Kahalavai. Okay, there you go. Mauna Kahalavai. Got it. Yeah, it's a trick of the tongue. You gotta really say it quick because that's how they do it. Sometimes they drag it in and then they do it real quick at the end. Kahalavai. There you go. Kahalavai. Gotcha. All right. Now, moving on. Kahalavai, a 1.7 million year old volcano. Ooh, wow. On Maui. Family members said Mina was reported missing May 20th while hiking in the West Maui Forest Reserve. Mina's body was found 5 days after the stunning rescue of Amanda Eller. Like I said, I'm going to get to her right after this. Who was spotted by a helicopter search team near a creek bed. The same helicopter company, Windward Aviation, involved in the Eller search, found Mina's body. Oh boy. Okay. Mina's family thanked the searchers and the general public for their support. We brought our son, brother, and friend home today, just not the way we would have wanted to. Just not the way we would have wanted and prayed for. This is what the Post said that they had told them. Thank you everyone who joined into this platform of love and support for Kekai, and your kind and loving sentiments meant the world to us, lifting us up every day. Wow, that's crazy. Now, the next one is going to be about Amanda Eller, who is also a Hawaiian native. I want to get to her too. Now, she said that she followed a voice, into unfamiliar territory. I mean, she was basically saying how like she was getting lost because one area one path looked like the other path, or one trail looked like the other trail. So it was easy to get lost in an area that was so green, yet everything just looked the same. Because I mean, it's just wall to wall trees and leaves and all that stuff. If you're in that kind of forest, Hawaiian forest is pretty thick. Okay, I mean, look at the mountain ranges. The mountain ranges is covered in it. And they say that you don't want to be, on the jagged rocks of that area, because you could definitely hurt yourself or kill yourself. Now, I have been to Hawaii, that is the correct way to say it, Hawaii, 5 times in a row. Some points they were close together, at some points they were like maybe 2 years apart, because it's best to plan a vacation to Hawaii 2 years apart, because you want to have time to make sure you got a room when you get there. So, sorry about that, that's my TV. Give me 1 second. I want to get to this Amanda Ellen real quick. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. I was trying to pause it, but it wouldn't pause, so I had to turn the TV down anyway. So, like I said, that woman, she had followed the voice, and I want to try and find the link that I went to get to it, because I can get to it a lot faster that way. Because I can't advance it to what I had earlier. So now I'm going to have to do it again. Boy, okay. I'm going to write her name instead. Okay, here we go. I want to find one way it was saying how she followed the voice. Now, the funny thing about that is, when I looked that part up, when it said that she, followed the voice, she didn't talk about that part during the interview. She just was saying how she was lost and how, everything looked like everything else. So, that's all it said, and that was in the caption, that she went into a Hawaiian forest and followed a voice into unfamiliar territory, where everything just looked like everything else. She looked one way, it looked like this. She looked that way, it looked the same as the one from before. So that was the creepy part of it. But let me see. I want to find something, because she was talking about clarifying something. So I'm gonna go with this. She was talking about clarifying in some of the comments. It says here, Hawaiian hiker Amanda Eller apologizes, clarifies comments on her being lost as a spiritual journey. Okay, I want to apologize for putting anyone in harm's way, she said, of the many people who joined the search for her. Wow. Okay. It says here, Amanda Eller, the hiker who was rescued after being lost for 17 days in a Hawaiian forest, posted a Facebook video apologizing and clarifying comments she made about her incident being a spiritual journey. In a 7-minute long video posted Friday night, Eller, whose legs were wrapped in bandages from injuries suffered in the woods, said she wanted to stay out of the limelight after the rescue, but felt she needed to clarify some misunderstandings. I should have spent more time in the beginning explaining the logistics of getting lost versus the messages that I tried to pull from the overall experience, she said. In an interview this week with media, Ella said her journey was extremely spiritual for me, and I never felt alone, and I never felt fearful. Ellen said that Ellen said in her Facebook video that she believes her comments bypassed bypassed what really happened during the more than 2 weeks. She said she had to eat berries and moss and drink river water in the Makavao forest in North Maui. Make sure I got that right. Okay. The 35-year-old yoga instructor and physical therapist said she went on what she thought would be a 3-mile hike on May 8th in the forest, but got disoriented after stopping to rest. Oh boy, here we go. Eller, who left her cell phone and a water bottle in her car. See, there you go again. Said she spent hours trying to find her way back, to her vehicle, but didn't realize she was going in the wrong direction. Wow. Okay. She was reported missing on May 9th by her boyfriend, Benjamin Concole. Let me see. Concole. Benjamin Concole. Okay. She was rescued by a helicopter crew on May 24th. In the Facebook video, Ella said she acted irresponsibly by leaving her cell phone and water in her car and apologized for putting rescuers' lives at risk. It was never my intention through any of this to put anybody in harm's way, to create a rescue effort out of my being lost in the woods, she said. I want to apologize for putting anyone in harm's way, she said. It's just going on and on about the same thing. Okay. Ella said she did find the silver lining in her situation and hopes her experience makes hikers very aware of the preparation that they need when they choose to explore Maui. Okay, now I got something to say about that as far as the spiritual part of going into the forest of Hawaii. No matter where you are, okay, I'm gonna tell you, I was on the backside of Oahu. This was Waimea. Okay, now there is a very big legend on the backside of Oahu, or in Oahu alone, of these spirits called the Night Marchers, which are the honor guards of the Hawaiian royalty of that time, 300 years ago. They are said to be these spirits who roam the forest of Hawaii, around this trail that cars do drive on, and they are actually in the search of descendants of the Hawaiian royalty, or just native Hawaiians alone who have passed on. They come there to take them home. Now, this is where it gets creepy. Anyone who comes within the path of the Night Marchers who are not of Hawaiian descent, okay, or relatives or descendants of Hawaiian royalty, okay, and if you come within the path of them, okay, let's just say you see these torches coming down from the mountains, like that are like moving through the trees. Once you see them, those torches. If you're on the beach around midnight, you have to strip down to your naked body and bury your head in the sand. And when you hear them coming, and when I say hear them coming, I mean you're gonna hear tribal drums. And I'm gonna tell you, I have heard those tribal drums. I actually have a video on my page on YouTube, right here on YouTube, of those drums beating in the distance when I was at a resort on the backside. Okay, now getting back to the story. If you see them, if you hear them coming, you are still gonna have to keep your head buried in that sand. That is a show of respect for them because they are of royalty. They are the royal guards of the Hawaiians. Okay. So you see them, you bury your head in the sand, and you wait for them to pass before you get up and go back home. Now, if they see you before you see them, pretty much they're going to kill you. So, because you're not showing them respect by removing your clothes. Because in the original story, anyone who was to look in the eye of a king of the Hawaiian Islands would instantly be killed. That's death. To show them respect, you are not to look at them. You're not to look them in the eye, and you have to be naked and kind of hop around like an animal. That was anyone that wasn't of that wasn't within their circle. Anyone that wasn't royalty or wasn't hired by them to be their guard or whatever. You were basically a peasant, and you had to do that to show respect. So you had to show them the same respect by stripping down to your naked body and burying your head in the sand. And when you hear them coming, you wait for them to leave, and you get up and you walk away. If you see them, if they see you before you see them, they will kill you. Because you're not, at that point, you're not showing them any respect by doing just that. So, your best bet, don't be on the beaches of Hawaii on the backside of the islands around that time. And people may think it's romantic. You're on the beach at night. You may want to make love in the sand on the Hawaiian beach. You want to make sure you do that. Make sure it's after 12 o'clock. Like, say, because you're going to hear it from 12 to 4 a.m. So, you don't want to be... That's what I forgot to mention. You don't want to be on the beaches on the backside in Waimea between the hours of 12 and 4 a.m. Anytime after that, 5, maybe 5:30, yes. But you got to make sure cops ain't going to be around because you will get arrested for indecent exposure. I've heard that. I've seen people being caned on the beach because they was not doing what they were supposed to do. So, anyway, that's the thing about that. Now, so there is a lot of spiritual things going on the islands of Hawaii. There's a lot of ghostly things going on the islands of Hawaii. But these ghosts are the spirits of the Hawaiian royalty or the ancient gods and goddesses like Pele. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Pele is definitely real. I'm going to tell you that right now. When I went to the Big Island for the first time in 2017, I felt that woman everywhere. Okay, people have said that they've seen her rise from the volcano pit, in a puff, in like a little stream of smoke in the form of her. Now, there is a photo that's on the internet. If you Google it, you just Google Pele volcano goddess. There is a picture of her in the form of a volcano. Okay, her body alone is the form of the volcano. You see her face in the center. You see her hair in the form of the lava, which is flowing down the side of the volcano, but you see her body in the center. Okay, I was driving on Highway 19, which is the highway that stretches all the way around the Big Island of Hawaii, all the way into Hilo and back. You can see Maui off in the distance on the ocean from where you are on a certain portion of the highway when you're driving somewhere else. Okay, I literally saw the essence of this woman in that island. Okay, and then when I saw the photo on the internet, like I said, if you type in, Pele volcano goddess, now you got to be careful because there is a soccer player from Africa who his name is Pele. So be careful. They will get that confused. Okay, so you type in that Pele volcano goddess, and you see a picture of her. She's in the form of the volcano. Her hair has become the dried up lava and all that stuff. And the lava, you see the lava itself coming out. You know, it's her hair and all kinds of beautiful stuff with her. And you see her face in the center of her body and everything. But her entire frame makes up the doggone volcano. And when I saw that same image of her, her spirit just formed right inside of that island. The same way it did in that photo, I was blown away. But I didn't realize that until I actually saw the picture on the internet years and years later. I was like, that's what I saw. And everywhere I went, I felt her. I felt her everywhere. Okay? So I was making sure I paid respect to her at this little podium they have at the edge of the pit, where you put gifts down, like liquor or fruit, you know, Hawaiian fruit, because she loves fruit. She loves alcohol too. I've seen people put down bottles of rum, food, some poi. And poi is very good too. It's very tasty. It tastes like it tastes like I want to say raw cabbage, but it has the texture of applesauce. It has to be an acquired taste, you know, but it's good. It's really good. I like it, and I love the way you have to eat it, because they say the way the Hawaiians used to eat it 300 to 500 years ago. If it was really thick, they would scoop it up with just 2 fingers, and if it was runny, you would scoop it up with 3 fingers and eat it that way, because you know they didn't have silverware back then, so that's how they ate it. You know, 2 fingers if it's real thick, 3 fingers if it's runny, and you scoop it up like a spoon and just eat it like that. And I was doing that at the at the luau every time I went to it, you know. And one of the Hawaiian people, when they came by, they looked at me what I was doing, and they smiled, because you know I know so much about the Hawaiian culture. I love the Hawaiian culture. I love the Hawaiian people. I love the atmosphere there, the energy. The trade winds are incredible. And it's like tiny little massaging fingers, just blowing against your body. Is the most amazing feeling. That's why I go there for my peace. I go there for my serenity. I go there for everything. Dealing with me wanting to connect with my inner being and be one with it. That is the place to do it. And being on the top of one of those peaks would definitely be a dream come true. Like, I was on the top of Mount Mauna Kea. Okay? That was a very high raising experience, because we're talking about 30,000 feet into the atmosphere. Not the air, but the atmosphere. Because when you get way up there on the very top of that motherfucker, you can barely breathe, because the air is starting to thin out. 30,000 feet, man. All I saw was clouds. I didn't see nothing else. I didn't see no city lights. I didn't see no highways. I just saw clouds. That's how high up it was. And you are above the horizon, or right at the peak of it. So, you know, they have those observatories up there, the Keck observatories. That was one of my tours, and I wanted to go there so bad, so we went up there. And the guy was very impressed that I knew so much about the things that they knew, you know, like Cepheids and the way they act, the way they handle, the way they are born, they live, and they die. You know, it's crazy. So, you know, it is a very beautiful place. The culture is great. The language, you know, you got Pidgin, you know, where they have certain phrases, you know, they're real funny, you know, but. You know, like, how's it? You know, it's like, you know, how's it going? You know, and then they'll have like shoots, which is like, you know, that means yes. And then you have Raja Dak, which also means yes, right? But it's the meaning of it and why. Like, say, hey, bro, you want to go to the bar, get a drink? He said, shoots, let's go, bro. He said, hey, bro, want to go to the bar? Raja Dak. Yeah, so yeah. It's funny, man, because I went to a place called the Tiki Cafe. Love that restaurant. It's right on the ocean. Right, well, you got the highway, you got the street right here, and you got the ocean, you got the beach right here, Waikiki Beach right there. And the atmosphere is incredible. It's an open window restaurant, so you got the trade winds coming in. You in your sandals. You got birds flying in, hopping around on the floor. I know, they could probably get a little creepy for some people, but it's a very peaceful setting because they have no fear of man in a very peaceful place like that. They don't. Pigeons walk right next to you on the street like they're one of you going to where you're going. Like I said, you going to the beach. They walking right there with you. Because one time I was walking, I saw a pigeon walk in the same direction I was going. Walk across the street, everything. It was crazy. And then he flew off. But still, that bird walked with me on the sidewalk. Walked onto the crosswalk. And then took off into the air as I'm walking across the street to get to Waikiki Beach, which is 2 blocks away from my hotel, which is called the Ohana East Hotel. Ohana Waikiki East Hotel. Look it up. It's a great place, very cozy. Right near the strip, man. Everything is within walking distance if you want to go there. Okay, here I'm talking about people who disappeared, and I don't trailed off to talking about Hawaii. That's my favorite place. And, it kind of fits in with all the other stuff, the spiritualness of the island. She said that she followed a voice into unfamiliar territory. It was probably a voice of the ancient gods of Hawaii. Okay? It's very common over there. Okay? Like I said, I saw Pele with my own 2 eyes. I felt her. Okay? I looked up at the moon and felt the spirit in the moon. It just, I don't know what was going on, but I was feeling it. I was loving it. I was loving the idea of feeling the fact that there's a spirit within the moon and a spirit within the island of Hawaii. Okay? That's just me. I spread the love and the energy of aloha everywhere I go, even on my channel. That's why I say aloha, mahalo, and a hui ho. Because I gotta go. It's getting late. So I've been trailing off enough already. I just wanted to talk about all this stuff because it was very important. They're finding people's bodies. I want, of course, I want them to be found alive, but it is what it is. So yeah, but gotta go. And I will see you guys again. Hopefully it won't be so long because, like I said, I had a lot of things going on. So I'm just going to get on out of here. I'm going to finish getting ready for work. And I will see you guys again. So I'll say it once again, just like I do on every video. Aloha, mahalo, and a hui ho. Peace out, brother. Peace out, wahine. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.